welcome to me and my uncle.
NFL Weekly Rundown, Week 4. Danny, how are you?
Good.
Good? How much of the Bears debacle did you see last week?
All of it,
All of it?
sadly.
Oh, so painful. I mean, man, they had that run at the goal line where they tried to get DeAndre Swift into the end zone, and he lost like 12 yards. What was that? They were at the 1 yard line, and they couldn't even get it in. Pathetic. Pathetic. What other games did you watch? Did you watch the Purple? The Vikings are 3-0.
Surprise, surprise.
They crushed Houston.
Maybe they don't need J.J. McCarthy.
Sam Darnold's doing just fine without him. Vikings they're not missing a beat.
Didn't he almost get hurt?
Darnold did get hurt for a play,
Oh.
and I think on Monday he got something called an MRI. I'm no medical expert, but an MRI, they looked at his knee or something like that. There was nothing wrong with it. So every indication is he's playing Sunday against Green Bay.
Okay.
So that's important. He only missed one play. Did you see any of the Monday night games? Did you see Buffalo crush the Jaguars?
Surprise, surprise about the Bengals.
The Bengals lost to Jaden Daniels. What did you think of Jaden Daniels, though?
He was just getting the ball down the field.
Deep passes and running. He's looking like the rookie of the year right now through the first 3 games. So those are our observations on last week's games. Anything else to note that you saw last week that you'd like to talk about before we get into the week 4 games?
Well, the Saints are still winning a lot of games.
They lost to Philly though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're 2-1 now. So is Philly. Do you want to hear how you did picking games last week?
I did bad.
I did too. I did really bad. You won 7 games just picking the winner. I won 6. So for the season, I have 25 wins. You have 24. So really close. Against this point spread, you also won 7 games. I only won 5 games and I lost 11. So against the point spread, you have a huge lead on me. You have 25 wins to my 19 wins. You have a winning record. I have a losing record against the spread. So for any gamblers out there, listen to this guy, not this guy. Are you ready to talk week 4, Thursday night? Kind of a stinker.
Sure.
Okay, what is it?
Cowboys, Giants.
And this Thursday night game is between 2 teams from the NFC East that both have 1 win and 2 losses. You probably don't know this, but the Cowboys have beaten the Giants 6 times in a row. Kind of have the Giants number. The Giants, there was another surprise. I didn't see them winning against Cleveland last week, but their rookie receiver, Malik Neighbors, stepped up. Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones actually got him the ball for a couple touchdowns, and the Giants are coming off a nice win. Dallas, on the other hand, did you see any of their game against the Ravens?
They lost.
They lost. They started off so slow. They were losing 28-6, and they just looked like garbage. And then they started to come back. They lost 28-25. So they made it close, but they still lost. So, what are your feelings about this Thursday night battle?
I'm still feeling Cowboys because Giants are kind of not good.
It's still hard to believe in them beating the Browns, right? I mean, that doesn't tell me a whole lot.
And my score is 17-10.
Okay. I have got the Cowboys as well. I've got the Cowboys covering the point spread as well. I've got Cowboys 28, New York Football Giants 13. Okay. Oh, man. I almost don't want to talk about this game because of what I'm going to say. What is it?
Rams, Bears.
The LA Rams travel to Soldier Field on Sunday at noon to play the Bears. I'm going to talk about two big differences between these two teams. One is the head coach. Okay, Sean McVay, the Rams head coach, has been to 2 Super Bowls, won 1 Super Bowl, managed to beat the 49ers last week without Cooper Kupp, without Puka Nacua. This coach, Sean McVay, he makes no excuses. He just gets it done. He's a good coach.
Oh no.
On the flip side, you have the Chicago Bears coach, Matt Eberflus. He blew 2 challenges in the Houston game that cost them timeouts. He wasted a timeout in the Colts game in a situation where he should have known you go for 2. And instead, he's like, we're going for 1. Wait, we're going for 2. We're 1, 2. And then it's, timeout. We got to call timeout. And it's just, he wasted it. The Bears are undisciplined. They had a stupid penalty when Indianapolis lined up to punt. The Bears were going to get the ball back. Some guy on the Bears jumps off sides, gives the Colts a first down. Like 5 plays later, Colts touchdown. And then the offensive coordinator he hired makes dumb calls like that option play from the 1-yard line. This is the NFL, people. You run the ball down their throats. You run it down the middle. The second thing that is a big difference between these two teams, quarterback. Matt Stafford, number 1 draft choice back in his time, probably 12 years ago, something like that, 15 years ago. He has a Super Bowl ring. He won a Super Bowl with the Rams. Caleb Williams is the first overall pick, but he's starting his 4th game. So there's a big difference between the experience at quarterback and the competence at head coach. What do you see? Hey, your guy Cole Kmet had a big game, fantasy-wise, so that was nice to see. And Caleb Williams did play better. They looked like an NFL passing offense for most of the game.
Well, the coach did bad.
Yes.
Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua are hurt.
Still hurt, so they're going to miss the game.
Which has a chance of us winning.
Exactly.
So my score is Bears 30, Rams 27.
Yes. Now, despite all the bad things I said about the Bears coach,
oh no,
and all the good things I said about the Rams coach, and all the good things I said about Matt Stafford, I'm dumb. I'm picking the Bears. I'm going 20-19.
Good.
Yep, because I'm a homer, and if I miss it, oh well, who cares? So we got more games to talk about. Sunday, what's next?
Broncos, Jets.
Okay, the Broncos got a surprising win against Tampa Bay. I didn't see that coming. And the Jets creamed the Patriots. I think it was 24-3. One thing about this game, cornerback, the position of cornerback is the guy who covers the receivers.
Yeah.
This game has 2 of the best cornerbacks in the NFL.
Can I name one of them?
Yes.
Wait. Something Sauce Gardner.
Sauce Gardner, you're right. Sauce Gardner plays for the Jets, and he is awesome. He's what you would call a shutdown corner. Like, when Bo Nix drops back to pass, if he sees Garrett Wilson covered by... No, wait. When Bo Nix drops back to pass and sees Cortland Sutton covered by Sauce Gardner, he should look the other way. Because if you throw at Sauce Gardner, it's probably going to be incomplete, might be intercepted. And the Broncos cornerback, who is really good, Patrick Surtain, the second. He's either Patrick Surtain the second or Patrick Surtain Jr. His dad played probably 25 years ago, 30 years ago. So they have 2 great corners playing in this game, which the quarterback should stay away from. Should not test those guys. The Jets offensive coordinator, Nathaniel Hackett, used to be the head coach for Denver. And Aaron Rodgers likes this offensive coordinator And the offense, this Hackett guy, Nathaniel Hackett, they won 4 games and lost 11 when he was Denver's head coach.
Aaron Jones, is that his name? Aaron Rodgers.
For the Jets.
Has been around for a while.
He has. He was on Green Bay for, I mean, he's 40 years old.
And he was pretty good on the Packers.
Sad to say he was. He won a Super Bowl with the Packers. I can't stand the guy. I don't like him as a person, and I can't stand him as a football player because he always beats the Bears. But my point about Nathaniel Hackett is there's some bad blood. Hackett got fired by the Broncos. Rodgers is buddies with Hackett. Rodgers is going to want to rub this game in the Broncos' face. He wants revenge for his coach, Hackett. So that's my feelings on the game. How about you?
Well, I'm feeling Broncos making Jets feel bad.
Really? Well.
And I'm feeling Broncos 27-17.
Wow. You've got a big upset because the Jets are 7-point favorites. I'm going to differ with you on this one. I'm leaning in the other direction. I've got Jets 24, Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos 9. We'll see. You're picking just as good as me, in fact better, so you're probably going to be right. Here is a huge game in the NFC North. Tell me you're excited about this one.
Well, it's Vikings-Packers.
Right. Like we said at the beginning, Vikings 3-0. They're like the surprise team of the NFL right now. Wins over San Francisco and Houston, those were division winners last year. They're beating good teams. Sam Darnold, this guy who was pretty much just a backup or a lousy starter for bad teams, he's got 8 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions through 3 games. Green Bay, the word is, will it be Malik Willis again? Will it be Jordan Love? Willis, Love? Does it matter? They're winning with Malik Willis. They're getting explosive plays, which means long plays, even with Malik Willis in the game. I don't get it, because I just can't believe Malik Willis is a good NFL quarterback. But here they are. The Packers are 2-1. The Vikings are 3-0. The winner is going to be in first place in the division. And I just have to tell you, I have picked against the Packers and Vikings every single time this week, or this year. So something has to give. I have to pick one of these teams to win.
Wow.
How do you feel this one is going to go?
Close game.
Close. At Lambeau Field. It's going to be tough.
But I'm still feeling Vikings.
All right, you do. Well.
27-20.
So a good game. I am also feeling the Vikings for the first time all year. I'm going to go close game. I've got the Packers with 20, just like you, but I've got the Vikings with 23. So either way, we're thinking that's going to be a great game. Okay, the next game on Sunday, who is it?
Saints Falcons.
Oh yeah, Saints Falcons, you're right. New Orleans got off to a hot start, but it was stopped by Philadelphia last week. The Saints, after scoring like 40-something against the Panthers and 40-something against Dallas, only 12 points against the Eagles. So, not great offense. Atlanta played really close against Kansas City in the Sunday night game.
But of course Kansas City won.
Because Kansas City, that's what they do, right?
Yep.
They just find ways to win. So Atlanta close, but no cigar. So they're 1-2. Atlanta's 2-1, or New Orleans is 2-1. Falcons are slight 2-point favorites. How do you see this one unfolding?
I feel Saints getting back on the road and getting more wins.
Getting another W? What kind of score?
27-10.
Ooh, so kind of blowout a little bit, 17 points. I've got a closer game. I also have the Saints, though. I'm going to go 24-21. All right. This is a pretty pretty good game of 2-1 teams in the NFC.
Eagles, Bucks.
And did you know that this is a rematch of a wild card playoff game last year?
Oh yeah.
It was the Monday night wild card game. Do you remember how it went down? Tampa won 32-9. They really hammered them. And like I said, both teams are 2-1, and they're looking to stay in first place in their division. What do you like about this one? Did you hear Devontae Smith got a concussion? So I don't know if he's gonna play. It didn't.
I have him on my fantasy.
That's why I told you. But they had AJ Brown on my fantasy team with a hamstring injury. He's missed the last 2 games. If Devontae Smith doesn't play, there go their best 2 receivers. So.
Well, at least we're feeling the same.
Yeah. So how do you feel about this one?
I'm going 2 wide receivers, doing good with the Eagles, 27-17.
So you're picking the Eagles even though their receivers are a little dinged up. I'm hoping Brown comes back.
I'm hoping Smith comes back.
Right. I feel a little differently about this one.
Okay.
I know. I think it's going to be a narrow Tampa Bay win. I've got Bucks and Baker Mayfield 21. Philadelphia Eagles 20.
Okay.
So I think we're different on 2.
1-point game.
1-point game. I think it's going to be tight.
Now here's a game that one team is finally, hopefully, gonna get a win.
You think?
Bengals, Panthers.
Okay, the Bengals, they have to be the most disappointing 0-3 team in the league. I mean, they're 0-3. They're the most disappointing team in the league. It's hard to say they're not. And what's their problem? It seems like it's defense. They're just not stopping anybody. Jaden Daniels just up and down the field all game on Monday. Carolina, whoa, a win at Vegas? Really?
Wait, they won?
They won 36-22. So they're 1-2 now. I know. And this is a revenge game for Andy Dalton. I think I told you the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, used to be the Bengals quarterback before Joe Burrow. Now he gets a chance to play the team he used to play for. Will Andy Dalton get revenge, or will Joe Burrow get that first win of 2024?
They will.
They will?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bengals will. Kind of a blowout.
So you're picking a blowout even after Carolina's win?
27-7.
27-7?
Yeah.
Okay.
27-7.
I've got Cincinnati also scoring 27 points. But I think the Red Rifle's going to keep it interesting. I got Bengals 27, Panthers 23.
Okay.
What is...
Oh, I didn't pick this game.
You didn't? Oh, well, you'll have to make
a
a...
pen anywhere?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Okay. You can, maybe you want to hear what I got to say about it first, or you can just pick. What is the game?
Jaguars, Texans.
I'll talk while you think about your score. Both teams suffered blowout losses last week. Buffalo beat Jacksonville 47-10, and Trevor Lawrence looked lousy. Houston got smoked by the Vikings 34-7. You got it? Okay. Like I say, Trevor Lawrence is looking shaky, and on Monday night after the game, when they were talking to the Jacksonville coach, they asked him, will you commit to Trevor Lawrence being your quarterback next week? He wouldn't say that Trevor Lawrence is definitely starting this next game. That's not exactly a vote of confidence in Mr. Lawrence. So what is the score that you just put together about 15 seconds ago?
Last year's Rookie of the Year, still being a good rookie.
And who's that?
C.J. Stroud.
You got it, C.J. Stroud.
And my score is 10-17. Texans.
Texans 17-10, okay. I have got Texans 28-17. So look at your dog.
Arrow.
Arrow, you're awful. Thanks, Arrow. Just don't bug us.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, she doesn't want any of this. Okay. That was good. Next game. Oh, this is a little bit of a sore topic for me too, but
It's a pretty good game.
it is a pretty good game, but
And the game is Steelers Colts.
yeah, the reason it's a bit of
Steelers Colts, if you didn't hear me,
Thank you.
because I'm talking quiet.
That's okay. You can talk loud for the rest of the show. The reason this is a sore subject for me, Justin Fields used to be the Bears quarterback, right?
Wait, Justin Fields?
Well, you remember Fields,
yeah.
from last year.
I thought you meant Justin Herbert.
No, Justin Fields. 3-0 with the Steelers. They're winning games. How come he couldn't win games for the Bears? You know?
Uh-huh.
I don't get it. It just shows you that the Steelers are a good team. They can make it work.
Does he not like the Bears or something?
I think it's that the Bears are idiots is the problem. Most of the time, the Bears just, especially at quarterback, throughout history, the Bears are dumb. We'll see. I'm not giving up on Caleb Williams by any means. I'm just saying, why couldn't the Bears make it work with Justin Fields? And you watched the Colts game against the Bears.
Yeah.
I watched the Colts game against the Bears. Anthony Richardson, the Colts quarterback, I did not come away impressed. He's wild. He throws short passes 10 yards over the guy's head. The one thing that he does do, he's fast. It seems to put a lot of pressure on the defense to where then they have to worry about, oh, is Richardson going that way? It's Richardson going that way. And then Jonathan Taylor can just run it right up the gut. So that's the one thing I feel like Richardson brings to the table, because passing right now is not the young man's strength. So I told you what I think about this one.
You're thinking Colts?
You might be surprised.
Well, I'm feeling Steelers if you are.
I am too.
17-10.
I've got a similar score. I got Steelers 16-12. I think the Steelers have gotten kind of lucky. They haven't played very good teams. They've played
Yeah.
Denver. They played Atlanta. Who'd they play last week? The Chargers.
Oh, yeah.
Not the greatest teams. But Indy's not very good either. So I'm right on you. I'm right with you on that one. Okay, the first of the 3 o'clock games. I think this game could be kind of a sneaky, fun, good game.
I might want to change my score.
Really? Okay, well, you can. But let's tell everybody what the game is first.
Commanders, Cardinals.
So yeah, I think this is going to be a fun game. This is the game where people expect the most points to be scored all week.
Because, I mean, Jaden Daniels was just running the ball.
Running,
Deep pass.
throwing, doing it all. And let's not forget about Kyler Murray. I mean, I know he lost to Detroit last week.
Yeah, but he's small, but
He can make it happen. He can do a little bit of the running and deep ball.
I'm
So
still confused about how he can see over all the big defenders.
yeah, somehow he makes it happen, and I think it's just he has to move a little bit more than those really big, tall guys like Josh Allen. I mean, Josh Allen can just step back and just stand there. Kyler Murray might have to kind of, I better go over here so I can throw it over this guy. Because all the guys who block for him are taller than him. Way taller. Josh Allen, the Bills guy. Bills quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, he's huge.
Yeah.
Okay, so my notes about this one, like I say, Jaden Daniels, if you had to vote today, he'd be the Rookie of the Year. 3 games into the season. Arizona, oops, I said that they would beat Detroit last week.
And I was right about Detroit.
You were right about that, and I was wrong. I shouldn't have doubted my Super Bowl team, the Lions. So do you like this game? I kind of think it's I think it's a fun game.
It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah. Are you changing your score? Or are you sticking with what you got there?
I'm changing it.
Okay.
I'm going Commanders 33-27.
Okay. 33-27.
Actually, 33-30.
33-30. Great game then. Okay, I have a very similar score. Only I'm going to go the Cardinals. I know. Even after Jaden Daniels lit it up. I'm going to go Cardinals 35,
Okay.
Jaden Daniels and the Commanders 31.
Okay.
So we both have them scoring in the 30s. We both think it's going to be a big offensive explosion of points, which makes it for a fun game. It could be back and forth.
This game is
Yeah, tell me what it is.
49ers, Patriots.
Yeah, I think this is the biggest. San Francisco is the biggest favorite of this week. They're favored to win by 10.5 points. But do you know San Francisco, last game against the Rams, 49ers lost. They had no Christian McCaffrey. They had no Deebo Samuel. They had no George Kittle. All those guys sat out.
Why?
They're hurt.
How?
I don't know about Deebo and Kittle. They're not long-term injuries, but they missed last game. McCaffrey might be in Germany right now getting his Achilles looked at. Some part of his foot or his ankle, I think. So we don't know when McCaffrey's going to be back. But the 49ers only have one win right now. And they're not very healthy with their guys dinged up. So I don't know what to think of them. Patriots quarterbacks have been sacked 11 times in the first 3 games. That's too many. Even though I think the Bears quarterbacks have been sacked 13 times this year, which is way too many. But still, the Patriots' leaky offensive line could be a problem. Do you have the 49ers getting things up back on the right track, or do you have the Patriots stunning the world?
Kind of have a blowout.
You do?
Pretty big blowout.
Then I'm thinking I know which way you're leaning.
49ers 27 to 10.
Funny, I've got a really similar score. I've got 49ers 27, Patriots 6. So we're on the same page. We both think it's a Niners blowout.
Yeah.
2 more games at 3 o'clock. Boy, this one's a hard one to figure out.
Browns Raiders.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of these 2 teams.
Mm-hmm.
One week the Raiders beat the Ravens. The next week they lose to the Panthers. What? And then the Browns. I mean, they beat the Jags, but they lost to the Giants.
I mean, this is a pretty good game, but it might be a little boring game.
That's the thing. These teams seem like they're evenly matched, but they're not good teams. It's in Las Vegas for what that's worth. Cleveland is favored by 1 point. What do you got?
I've got, give me a second the
Quarterback? Deshaun Watson?
No.
Devontae Adams?
Something Adams, yeah.
Devontae Adams, the
Devontae
Raiders
Adams.
receiver. Yep, I read your mind
Getting
there.
thrown to a lot
Gardner Minshew's just going to find Adams all over the field.
and score a few touchdowns.
Ooh.
And my score is 27-17.
Okay, well, Devontae Adams fantasy owners should be
Raiders.
happy. You got the Raiders.
Yeah.
I also have the Raiders. I have, like you said, it's going to be a good game because I think these teams are pretty even though they both kind of stink. Vegas 20, Cleveland 19.
Okay.
The last of the 3 o'clock games.
Chiefs, Triggers.
Yeah, did you know that Justin Herbert did not finish the game against the Steelers?
Did he get benched?
He got hurt.
Oh.
He was kind of hurt going in, and then I don't know if it got aggravated within the game, but they had to put in their backup to finish the loss against Pittsburgh. Kansas City, oh, ho hum, another 3-0 start. They've got 3 wins, no losses. Even though people want to say, oh, Mahomes is throwing too many interceptions, or Isaiah Pacheco is hurt and they can't run the ball.
Yeah, which I'm really mad at.
Yeah, another fantasy guy of yours. Or Travis Kelce has as many catches and yards in 3 games as he usually has in 1 game. So he's not really doing much. And yet here the Chiefs are 3-0, looking like one of the best teams in the league. So
I would be sad if I was an NFL team and I was playing the Chiefs.
It's a tough game. I mean, it's hard because they just keep winning. They have the winning formula. No matter who the players are, no matter who's hurt, they just don't make excuses. They just win games.
Which I think we're on the same page with this one.
Okay.
30-27.
Which team?
Chiefs.
I would say we are on the same page. I would say I'm expecting a big blowout, though.
Okay.
Mostly because I don't know if Herbert's going to play. And if Herbert is out, then I really think the Chiefs are going to pound the Chargers. So I've got Kansas City 24, Chargers 9. 2 games on Monday night, once again. So here I said it was rare last week that there are 2 Monday night games. And we've got 2 again.
Bills, Ravens.
Oh, whoops, sorry. Sunday night. Yeah, thank you for keeping me in check. I forgot the Sunday night game. Who is it? A great game.
Bills, Ravens.
Bills Ravens looks like an awesome game.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo, to me, looks like the best team in the league right now. They pummeled Jacksonville. Jacksonville was not in that game for even a quarter. Baltimore should be the more desperate team because they do have a win now, but Buffalo's got 3 wins. If they should lose to Buffalo, they're all of a sudden going to be 3 games behind the Bills in the standings and only 4 games into the season. I've got an interesting statistic for you. Josh Allen, quarterback for the Bills.
Is he hurt?
Nope, he's not hurt.
Okay.
Sometimes he gets a bad rap for making too many turnovers. He fumbles and the other team gets it too much, or he throws too many interceptions. But I'm going to tell you something. This year, he's playing mistake-free football. When the Bills do not turn the ball over, meaning when they don't fumble or throw it to the other team, the Buffalo Bills are 18 wins, 0 losses when Josh Allen plays, if they don't turn the ball over. So just play smart, don't fumble it, don't throw picks, and the Bills win games. Can Josh Allen play mistake-free football against the Baltimore Ravens, though, in what is really a bigger game for the Ravens? They need it more.
Which, if they need it more, I'm going the Ravens.
Okay.
Ravens 27-17.
Okay. I think a lot like the Arizona Commanders game, this game is going to be a ton of points. Ton of points.
Okay.
So I've got it really close. I wanted to pick Buffalo, but I'm going to lean towards, I just think like Baltimore is the more desperate team. So I'm taking Ravens 31, Buffalo 30.
Okay.
2 more games. We got 2 games on Monday night. It's rare, except that now we're doing it 2 weeks in a row here.
And this game we're probably going to be the same on. Dolphins-Titans.
Okay, this game, Will Levis, Tennessee's quarterback, remember he threw a pick 6? That's an interception that turns into a touchdown against the Bears. He did the same thing against the Packers last week. He threw a bad interception. Packers ran it back for a touchdown. Will Levis is making way too many mistakes. The Dolphins only scored 3 points against the Seahawks. And remember I told you Tua is hurt. Skylar Thompson was the new quarterback. He got hurt his ribs. So they're either going to, if Skylar Thompson can't go, they're either going with Tim Boyle, or Snoop Huntley, who was Lamar Jackson's backup for a while. And he's not very good. He's got a cool name. I'll give him that. Snoop. So I am predicting a real stinker of a game because these quarterbacks, bad. How do you see this one shaking out?
I'm still feeling fastest a wide receiver in the NFL
The Cheetah?
winning.
Okay.
20-17.
Okay. So you are on the Miami end of the point spread. I'm going to pick Tennessee to cover, but I'm not picking them to win. I'm going to pick it close, and I've got a real lousy score. I'm going Dolphins 9, Titans 7. I think this is the kind of game that you could fall asleep to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess I'm watching Seahawks-Lions.
The better of the two. See, sometimes it's good to have two Monday night games because then you have a choice of which to watch. And this one, you're right, it looks a little better to me. Seattle, a lot like Pittsburgh and like the Vikings. Hey, 3-0. That's pretty good. But the Seahawks have beaten Denver, New England, and who did they beat last week? Miami without Tua.
Mm-hmm.
So not exactly beating the cream of the NFL. Detroit had a nice bounce back victory against Arizona last week after falling to the Bucs the week before.
Mm-hmm.
So does our Super Bowl representative from the NFC get another home win, or do we see the Seahawks getting to 4-0?
Well, it's going to be a good game, I'm sure.
Whoa, yeah, good game. Looks like the game of the week based on your score.
40-37.
Which team?
Lions.
Lions, 40-37. Okay, so you're on the Seahawks end of the point spread. I'm going to take Detroit in a little bit of a bigger blowout. I'm going to take Lions 27, Seahawks 14. So, that's what we've got for this week. Any parting thoughts? How do you... I mean, there are some good-looking games on the schedule. The Sunday night game between Baltimore and Buffalo looks great. I feel like that 3 o'clock game, keep your eyes on that Arizona-Washington game. And then at noon, Vikings-Packers.
One of the best games of the week.
Biggest game in the NFC North. Not to mention Philly-Tampa. 2 playoff teams from last year. You know, it's a pretty good...
Wait, Browns-Raiders is a pretty good game, too.
If you're into watching crummy football. Because those teams, let's face it, they're not at the level that those other teams we talked about.
But it's going to be a good game.
It could be competitive. That's the thing. If you take the 2 worst teams in the league and pit them up against each other, it could be a good game. And I'm not saying they're the worst, but they're pretty close to the worst. Yep, we can flag in our camera operator, my sister. Thank you, Lori. Anything else to share before the music cues?
Nope.
Okay, let's do this because we have to. Go Bears, get it together. Get your bleep together. Get a win. Thanks. Oh, subscribe. Just smash that like button. Do all the things the kids do on YouTube.
If Thomas is watching this, subscribe.
Yes, thanks for subscribing, people. We got 200 likes this week.
Woo!
Best of all time. So keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Okay.